Hi, Leah.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor for me to be here. I really love your work, so thank you.
So I know already about your path a little bit. You lived in France and Paris. You're very connected to Paris still.
Yeah.
What led you to be in Berlin and make Berlin your home place?
So that's true that I'm officially based in Berlin for 6 years now, but I can say I'm still living between both cities because I'm going back to Paris so often for my collective spectrum or to see my family, my friends. So I found really the perfect balance now. So living between both cities, like this, I can seeing the best part of both cities, you know. But yeah, I love both cities so much, and I mean there are so many different cities I can compare, but both cities give me so much actually.
Yeah, and it's good to have the exposure to both, like to be connected to both. Do you feel home in both cities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a while to feel home in Berlin actually. It took me maybe 1 year to really feel home in Berlin, but I guess it's normal when you are always raised and born in Paris.
Yeah.
So I guess it's totally normal to have this kind of feeling. It takes time to adapt. And in Paris, for example, I have, so as I said, all my friends there. So it could be sometimes very intense and dynamic there because every day I'm seeing friends.
Yeah.
I have more dynamic and intense life in Paris when I'm in Paris. And sometimes when it becomes too intense, too stressful, I'm like, okay, I need to come back to Berlin to meet my Berlin chill routine. Because in Berlin I'm more alone or in my cocoon, you know, with my partner, my dog. It's more chill vibe. And when I need to reconnect also with nature, I'm like, okay, I need to go back to Berlin now to also do music, because when I'm in Paris, I'm not doing music because all my studio and my stuff are in Berlin. But yeah, it's I've found now, I can say, the perfect, as I said, balance between both.
Yeah, very nice. And is there something you miss particularly about Paris when you are in Berlin?
The food.
The food, yeah.
Sounds cliche, but yeah.
I understand you.
Yeah, I'm sure you understand. In Italy, is the best food ever. But I have the tradition, you know, when I'm going back to Paris, I'm going to these Oyster restaurants.
Nice.
It's amazing. But yeah, I missed, of course, my family, my friends. And yeah.
It's good
as I'm going often to Paris, I will say I'm not missing Paris because I'm going so often there. So yeah.
And moving to Berlin, has that supported your creative practice in terms of like both DJing and making music as well?
Yes. So I discovered Berlin really more than 10 years ago. And yeah, this trip really changed my life. Really, it's inspired me so much. So for my music, the sensibility, you know, for mental techno is really in Berlin that I discovered this mental techno. And yeah, it inspired me a lot also to create my own collective in Paris, Spectrum. So yeah, to reconnect really with my values, my visceral values. So yeah, Berlin still today inspire me a lot.
Yeah, I think I understand how. And I've read in other interviews you released that you call very often your music refer as tribal and mental techno.
Yeah.
Is there a specific emotion that you're connected to when you're playing this music out?
Definitely, yeah. For me, it's all about emotion, all about vibe, and yeah. Before a set, of course, it depends where I play. Sometimes it's difficult to prepare because you don't know how it will be. You don't know the collective. You don't know the club. So you're just going with the flow, and you have to adapt at the moments. But most of the time, yeah, I prepare, and before I ask to myself, okay, what is the message I want to communicate with this set? What is the vibe I want to create? What's the story I want to tell? And yeah, I think it's important to not just playing track, but to have this artistic approach behind. And yeah, as you said, with the year, I really realized tribal sound and this organic sound, this percussive rhythm, these drums, all these vocal, ethnic instruments, ethnic voice, really are the typical sound that inspire me the most to explore. And yeah, it's difficult to put word on it and to explain why this music touched me. But yeah, it's like bringing out all our animal and primitive instinct,
Yeah.
To connect, to allow people to connect with the deep and raw aspect of their being, to also reconnect with nature,
Yeah.
to have this feeling of escape, of freedom, liberation, just allow them to escape, to travel.
Yeah.
And after a set, when some people told me, I was in the jungle, I saw birds, I don't know. And this, okay, now as you said, it's exactly what I wanted to, create. It's important also, like to create my own tribe, I would say, before playing, and to create this sense of community, to connect people, bring people together. And there's of course like a political aspect behind, of course, with my music, with my sets, to defend and share my values of your diversity and unity.
Yeah, which is probably what you do very well with Spectrum
Exactly.
in Paris. Do you want to tell me more about Spectrum? So I read a lot about it online. Of course, I know the party, but like, what was the intention when you started? And is it the same when you are throwing the next party right now?
So Spectrum, it's, the initial idea with Spectrum is just to bring together our friends. So our best friend in Paris, who are from totally different origin, totally different culture, different sexual orientation. So just bring them together and just doing party around shared values. To celebrate our differences, celebrate our diversity, our singularities, and to promote values as freedom, respect, diversity, to promote this mental techno we were not used to listen in Paris at this time.
Because you started in 2017,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
So almost 7 years now.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
And to create like a safe place for queer community, for the minorities, like a cocoon of freedom. And it's true, like with the years, it's difficult to keep, but we faced a lot of challenging, but to keep this, cocoon of freedom we created and we love so much.
Yeah, I can imagine. Also, especially now that it's 7 years after, that you probably have a very strong base of community and people who are linked to the party. Yeah. And do you have a lot of new people that come to the parties, and you are like, wow, okay, never expected that this new group of people would join Spectrum?
Yeah. Especially the past year, we realized, okay, the crowd change. It's normal, with the notoriety and with the year. So we had to face some challenges, and we really needed, especially the past year, to reconnect with our visceral and main values. That's why we did a lot of new rules. Like now we have like the no photo policy, for example. We changed our door policy to even have a strict door policy, and this made the difference,
Yeah, it's super interesting for me to want to learn more about door policies, because I think selection for the viable party is very important. Like to have a party that is somehow the culture is created and thrives. So in your case, how do you instruct the selectors and bouncers to select and filter well?
Okay, so we work with the same person at the door since our beginning. It's one of our best friends of us to the crew, so it's important to have our own staff at the entrance, and also to train all staff, all the security, agent security in the venue, to really train them to react and to know how to behave in case of any problem. So it's true that the door policy is very important, and also to at the entrance to educate people, to explain what they will enter, what our values, our commitments, and it's all a work of communication also before the events, to communicate about our house rules, to have a precise guidelines, to inform people and to educate people.
Yeah, and I guess that applies also for the artists that you book, right?
Yeah.
Has it ever happened you don't need to mention names, of course, but like that you looked at an artist, you were like maybe, and then you decide no because they don't fit our culture?
Before booking an artist, it's important, of course, check the music and everything, but above all, we want to book an artist who inspires us, and we have to feel connected with the artist in terms of values, his dedication for the scene, his commitment. So it's very important, to feel connected with the artist we will invite. Definitely.
Yeah. So exactly. You want to create a vibe that is cohesive and accepting. Yeah. And compared to 7 years ago, in Paris, how has the general scene changed?
So the Parisian scene, changed a lot actually, but we are very lucky in Paris to have such a rich electronic music scene for decades,
Yeah.
With such emblematic clubs like Rex Club, Concrete, amazing queer party also since more than 10 years, like Flash Cocotte. It's the first queer party I went, and this party really inspired me so much. But it was more house oriented. Some very underground queer collective like Péripat, Champs Libres. So in Paris, the scene is very rich, and I'm very proud to be one of the first collective to really propose mental techno for a queer party in Paris.
Yeah.
And now, there is we can see really the past year more action to promote, mental techno, to promote emerging artists also, to promote women. So this is very good. There is many initiative by feminist association or LGBT association or media to really work hard to give space for emerging artists to support, gender equality, diversity. So we can see a real awareness, a change of behavior from collective agencies. So that's really great.
It's evolving better,
exactly.
For the better. Yeah. Super interesting. And are there any other? I think Berlin is a bit easier. I was gone through this process probably many years ago for historic reasons. And for example, when you think about the scene today, inclusivity, for gender inclusivity, non-male humans, or for general sexual orientation, for background, do you think Berlin is in a good place right now?
Exactly. That's why also I decided to move to Berlin 6 years ago, and that's why also Berlin inspired me a lot. Berlin, it's maybe more supportive and encourage for all the creative, activities, and to have more alternative lifestyles, I would say, compared to Paris, of maybe especially as a woman in Paris, the society injunction and the pressure may be more deeply rooted, in Paris. So in Berlin there is this supportive community. This really, in Berlin, techno is not just music; it's a lifestyle, compared to Paris. And in Berlin, for sure, there is more, can say, progressive attitude also, as you said, towards gender equality and inclusivity. And the environment, it's more, a better environment to create and just to feel free.
Yeah, so much. I think we're very lucky that this exists. And is there anything that you think promoters, other artists can do better to foster this inclusivity in Berlin or anywhere in the world, for example, right now?
So I would say maybe, do awareness, do prevention. Also, of course, during the events, by just build an awareness team, for example. I know it's not always the case, not at all. To train the staff, to have door policy, and to also be careful about the lineup, to do more parity. Yeah, there's so many things to do actually.
Yeah. So we're talking about inclusivity in general, like what promoters can do, and now there is a big positive change in general in electronic music where lineups are more balanced in terms of gender. It's not just white male, and there is also less importance given to headliners, where headliners it's one of the names on the bill, and everybody has the same space, the same font size, and then they're put in alphabetical order. That's interesting to see how that shapes now, or will shape the inspiration of people, or people will go to festivals. It's super interesting for me.
Yeah, same. Especially when more and more, for example, unannounced lineup now.
Yeah.
Because just the focus on the music and on the and not about as you said, a liner or something. So I think it's very promising for the future.
Yeah. It's super interesting to see. That's beautiful. And for you personally, as an artist, like what inspires you normally? Where do you get inspiration?
By so many things. So first, like by I would say the nature, and that's why I love Berlin for that. There's so much green spaces, so much lake. So I need my time to just walk and swim. I love swim. So I would say to stay connected with nature is important for me. And I'm inspired also, of course, by other artists.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have surrounded by so many amazing artists and producers. So I'm getting very big inspiration for them. So I'm follow them very carefully. Like, for example, I know Justin Perry, Quasar, only French, sorry.
Only French, yeah.
Olivia Mendes, Shami, OPH. And many more, Blashan Alat, Ogazon. So there's so many at the moment. So very beautiful to see. And I'm inspiring also by just dancing also. It's important for me to stay connected. And all the promoter, I think, will say I'm the kind of artist to stay after my set and enjoy and just dance. So when I can, of course, stay professional, but when I don't have the gig after, and when I'm lucky to play for such an amazing party with amazing lineup. So I just love to stay and just enjoy the music. And it's important for me to sometimes just go to dance, to have weekend off, to just going to dance and listen to music.
Yeah, and maybe with your friends and having a good experience.
Yeah, exactly.
I read in another interview that you released that you sometimes you feel bipolar because you're inspired by Oscar Mulero and as by Edith Piaf. I found it so interesting because I think it's beautiful to have this very wide range of inspiration.
Yeah, true. I'm listening so many kind of style, and it's true. Like my neighbors, I can see in their eyes sometimes like. I think I'm very strange. I think they don't understand what I'm doing.
Like, who's this person?
Exactly. But some know that I'm a DJ, but some other, I can say them think I'm very weird. But and for example, in the morning, I love to listen like some Queen soul, to have some energy in the morning, like I don't know, Donna Summer, Aretha Franklin, Nina Simone. Some empowerment queen, to give me power and energy in the morning. I love that. And after, I will receive some delivery from Hard Rock, so I will listen to Apple Group and all token track. And after doing the afternoon, I need to work, so I will listen some more jazz, classical music. And during the night with my partner while cooking, I will listen for more French songs, some more, romantic moments. So but at the end, it's all about emotion. Yeah. And whatever track or a French song, it will tell you a story. Yeah.
Are there particular emotions that for you are recurring, independently from the source? It could be, maybe there is the same emotion in a Mulero track and in Edith Piaf. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just give you hope, give you like a bad, happy feeling, give you romance, give you melancholy of one specific French song or specific track. Will you remember a specific moment in your life? Yeah. So that's why it's very important for me to still listening other style of music.
Yeah. Because it gives you like a variety of experiences.
To have some, to escape, to dream, to cry, to smile,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there any particular emotion that consistently you try to express with your sets, with your music?
So yeah, but of course it depends on my current mood. But yeah, before a set, as I said, it's important to know where I want to go, which feeling I want to communicate, it's what I do. It's always I'm written actually before a set. I took a paper and I written all the different moments of my sets, a different mood. I like to write down the story I want to communicate. And it makes the difference, I would say. More you prepare your set, more the magic could happen, I would say.
Yeah.
And for example, I don't know, for 15 minutes mental introduction. After I will go 20 minutes tribal to put the tone and to, as I said, build my tribe. And after 1 hour groovy, after 30 minutes driving techno, to have global vision of your sets.
Yeah, of the story you want to tell, chapters.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you, when you let's say you are preparing for a set like this weekend, for example, do you prepare the entire set like a playlist, or you have a folder with all the tribal stuff, all the driving stuff, and you select in the moment?
So it depends, but always have new playlists because it's important for me to dig, and I'm a digger first. I mean, I love digging so much, and I could spend hours for digging, and so it's important to play new track every weekend. So I have new playlist every weekend, but it depends, of course, where I'm gonna play. There is too many factors to take into consideration: the collective, the club, the artist, and the lineup. And I really love to adapt. That's why people always told me they never know what to expect from my set because it could be so different. Sometimes I'm more happy summer vibe, sometimes fast groove, sometimes I'm more really in the darkness, like basement techno. Sometimes recently I play house. I mean, it really depends of the place and of my current mood. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Does it ever happen to you that, for example, you change your mind after you are in the club, you see the vibe is different than what you expect?
Yeah,
you
of course,
then shift.
sometimes it's important to not prepare and to stick in your preparation because sometimes, as you said, you didn't expect, but the vibe is totally different. Or the DJ before you, I finish with very fast closing. I had that, but it happened.
It happens.
Sometimes, of course, you have to adapt at the moment. And it's the beauty of the job also. That's why I really love what I'm doing because it's always different. Every weekend, every gig is so unique.
Yeah, I mean, so many crazy things happen. And in fact, I wanted to ask you as well, what was one of the craziest experiences you had? Maybe a hard thing or something crazy that happened while you were playing?
So many, actually. I will try to remember because I have such a bad memories. It's terrible. More I'm getting old, more my memories shit. You can ask me where I play last week. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't remember. I need to look.
Yeah, but of course, every weekend something funny happened. But I think what I love the most is meeting people for sure. And I'm a very introvert person, as you can notice. I'm very shy, and it's difficult for me during the weekend. I'm very get out of my comfort zone. But meeting people from around the world, meeting other techno lovers, other passionate people, it's very what I love the most. Meeting owner of the club, meeting the driver, speaking with them, exchange about the scene. It's very interesting to know the evolution of also the culture they have. I really love to exchange doing my gig also with people. And the craziest experience, I don't know, I think last year I played in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was crazy. I was from all over the other side of the world, and people know me, like my music. It was such an amazing feeling. And I played in Malaysia, and after we went to some hidden after party in Asia. I followed the promoter. We did many other clubs after. It was just crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And like
unique.
People party differently from Berlin, for example. Like so you went in the same night to different clubs with the promoters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I followed the promoter, all
Yeah.
their friends, and we did several clubs in Asia, in Malaysia. It was just
Wow.
crazy.
Wow. And do people dance differently than Berlin, for example? Like what's the difference?
It was such different. So they are very more quiet, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Not crazy as Berlin, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
They were like with, I don't know, balloon. It's called, It's so funny. Everyone with a balloon in the club.
Wow.
It's so funny, but every city, every country is different. That's why also it's beautiful to experiment.
Yeah, and do you like traveling? Do you like?
Yeah. It's such a gift, it's such a chance to travel.
Yeah.
And for some artists, they don't like this logistic and traveling parts.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I kind of like it because I like doing all these train hours. Because me, I'm taking the train often. You are alone at the airport, but I like this moment when I can I don't know, walk or think or
Yeah. Do you have a day job or something you have to do on a weekly basis?
So I quit my full-time job 1.5 years actually.
Okay,
So
congratulations.
Sorry?
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was not an easy decision, but now I'm focused on music.
Yeah. What made you shift? So was there a moment where you said, music is enough, I don't want to use my time otherwise?
It was a difficult decision and difficult step because it's funny, it's crazy because I never said to myself, okay, I want to do a career in DJing. It's very recent, like I decided to focus 100% on it because I'm enjoying having both activities, and of course for the security. I was enjoying having my job next to music. Of course, it was since always my passion, but it was still in parallel of my full-time job. And like this also, I could select more my gig because I was not this financial pressure, but at some point, I did like a small burnout, I would say.
Yeah.
It became too much energy, and I was like, 50% focus on music, 50% focus on my job, and it didn't work anymore, And it became very intense to manage doing both activities. I was doing in marketing for a cosmetic brand, and I really loved the job, but long-term objective, I was like, I prefer to focus on my passion.
Right, yeah. I have a lot of questions about this, but for example, you say burnout. Was it physical? It felt like exhaustion.
It was more mentally, I would say. Yeah, I feel very down. I have many up and downs, and I was like, I don't know, I was wondering, am I at the right place? To take this decision, but at the end, I feel much more fulfilled now. Yeah.
Did your relationship with traveling change because now you have a bit more flexibility? Was it harder before because you had a day job?
True that it was maybe more difficult before. Even in my job, they was supporting me, a lot. They knew my activity and it was very easy with this. But now it's definitely more, easy.
Yeah, you have a bit more time during the week
exactly.
as well. Yeah. And so going back for a second on the job, like when you decided to cut it, what do you think, what was the worst case scenario in your head? So if you left your day job, did you think, oh shit, I'm not gonna have money, or
I take this decision really quickly from the month for another. I'm like, okay, ciao, I'm leaving.
wow.
It was very, fast. But maybe first maybe we can have maybe a part-time job, quit very smoothly by step. Maybe I will recommend.
Yeah.
But I don't regret anymore this decision, really.
Yeah, amazing. And I also think in the end, this is very reversible. If tomorrow you're like,
yeah, exactly. Nothing it's like fixed. I can go back to this work maybe later as a part-time, as I said.
Yeah, it feels right. It seems that for you, it feels right that you want to be on music, full on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
To focus on my other project, on Spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what fulfills you as a person? Can be like just music, but also beyond music.
Many things. I think just simple things,
Mm-hmm.
Simple thing. Be simple moment with my partner, my dog. Swimming, eating sushi. I don't know. I'm a very simple person,
Yeah.
So I think it's important. And of course, also my family, my friends, they give me inspiration and confidence every day, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have role models for DJing? So someone that maybe even like female or non-male artist that you look up to? I know Aneta has been an inspiration for you before. Do you have other role models that you look up and say, okay, this person really inspires me?
I have quite a few, and it's true that Aneta, I always quote her as inspiration because she had a huge impact on me. Because when I start, there is not so many women artists, especially in France. Because if I remember, there was for example, Eliane Alien, Miss Kittin, Jennifer Cardini, Virginia. It was female artists who really inspired me when I started 10 years ago. And I really love, and even today I still love Anita's work. And it's thanks to her I really start to believe in myself, as a woman DJ.
Yeah.
I can name so many more artists who inspire me today. For example, René Weiss or Mania Pia for this tribal, organic sound I was talking earlier. Or, I don't know, Divya Swan, of course, Dasha Rush, Adriana Lopez, Steffi.
Yeah.
And more emerging artists. There is also so many, as I said, my friend Justine Perry, Polakowski, Olivia Mendes, and Yonti also.
Yeah.
And so many more.
Yeah. Do you find maybe any of these people who also inspire you for how they live their life? Not just with music, but like in general, like the balance that they have, the relationship that they have. You don't need to mention a specific name, but do you find an inspiration also from these people about, like, I don't know, the relationship with their partner?
They inspire me a lot about their dedication for music. The workflow.
Mindset, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. The mindset, the energy. I really also believe in energy, so it's important to be around you with people or artists who really inspire you,
Yeah.
And with ambitious people, to have good energies around you is very important.
Yeah. Do you have a definition of success? What success means for you?
It's a good question, actually. And I asked myself this question in the past, and I think it's important to, as an artist or just as a person, to know your values of success and quantify what is success for you, and at which moment you would say to yourself, okay, now I succeed, now I feel proud. And for some artists, I don't know, it's released in a huge label, it's to have a big notoriety, to have a lot of money, I don't know, to play in huge festival, to have a huge amount of gig. But for me, I would say, I don't know, after a gig, for example, when a girl come to me and said to me, you inspire me to start DJing, this is a success for me, you know. When, I don't know, a queer person told me, thank you, thanks to your collective, I have a safe place in Paris. Or when someone told me, yeah, I discovered mental techno thanks to you, thanks to a Spectrum. So this is a success for me, you know. So I think, yeah, it's important to know what means success for you.
Yeah, it's super important.
What is meaningful for you.
Yeah. Did it change over time for you? Like, for example, if you look at your life 10 years ago and now, did your definition of success change, evolve?
Definitely. It changed a lot. That's why also I have a clear vision now about how I want to go and what is important for me as an artist, as a person. And now it just, I'm not interested anymore about, of course, about what is success or everyone think is success is. But for me, just, continue to express myself through music and to continue to fight to defend my values. And that is more important for me.
Than achieving something specific.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great. It's good that you know, you're aware, and it seems that you are living that life.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm also, my evolution is quite constant, but maybe, you know, I mean, I evolve at my rhythm, you know, it's perfect for me this way.
Yeah, that's great. Do you make long-term plans? Like, for example, do you every year sit down with yourself and say, I want to do this in the next 5 years? Or you're more free-flowing?
In the past, I was more free-flowing. But since recently, I thought, okay, now, since especially I quit my job, I need to have a clear vision and clear objective goals. So it's important to write down your long-term objective, where you want to go, and to not get lost also. And now, if you have a clear vision about where you want to go, you will take your decision more easily. Yeah. And sometimes you have to take maybe difficult decision, refuse, I don't know, collaboration, refuse booking requests, but it will follow your vision.
Well, I love this topic of like saying no for the big yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a beautiful thing. Was there anything that comes to mind that was for you a no, that at the time felt, oh shit, you know, maybe I should have said yes, but then years later you actually said, okay, I'm so thankful I said no to that thing because it opened up, I don't know, something better for me.
Yeah, exactly. I have many examples of this. I don't know, some residency, for example, cool residency with quite big collective. But I was like, okay, maybe it's, I don't recognize myself, or it's not my vision, so I refuse. And it was hard to the beginning because, okay, it could help me to grow maybe more fast, but it's important to stay true to my values. To stay authentic.
Yeah, because then eventually when you it's a no, but then it creates the space and the values like aligned with your values.
To prefer the qualities and over the quantities, for sure.
And in your career so far, were there very challenging moments that you feel like were transformative for you because it was super tough, but then you came out of the other side in a better version of yourself?
So I would say, the topic of doubting, I would say. I think my first enemy is myself, for sure. Yes, always doubting, many up and downs. My surrounding, my agents also can confirm, like every, 6 months, I want to stop everything. So my downs. But when I talk with other artists, I mean, it's for everyone the same. So I learn a lot from it, from my down. And sometimes you just need to get down to get up again.
Yeah.
And to have big success, big happiness, it's totally normal to get through deepest and darkest times.
How do you overcome self-doubt? So, for example, if you, I don't know, you're doing something that exposes yourself to the public, and then something in your mind says, Lea, you shouldn't do it, it's too much. Or some people would say you're shit or whatever. How do you move past that?
So good question.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yeah. But I think, it's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay to have done. But the most important is to how you will grow and how you will learn from this down, you know. How you will evolve from it. And also learn a lot to just accept mistakes. So it's normal to make mistakes. To stop to be also too overthinking too much, to be too much control freak and too much perfectionism also. It could totally paralyze your creativity.
Yeah.
So now I decided to, quite recently, to stop to be so perfectionist. Also be more kind with myself, to cultivate really this self-compassion, you know, to treat yourself how you will treat your friend, you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important also to be kind to yourself, and to also, as I said, to be surrounded by creative also people around you, to elevate you, and to maybe just sometimes write what you think, you know, to have like a meditative process, to just write down what you think, what do you feel so down, to reconnect also with your passion, to remember why you love to create, you know.
Yeah.
It's important to sometimes remember why you create.
Yeah, something that reconnects you with the purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Do you have a specific purpose in life or with music? Do you feel like you have, a purpose of making other people be free or supported or?
Exactly. And just to express myself, as you said, share the feeling of liberation, of freedom. As I said before, the sense of community, so unity, you know.
Yeah.
It's very, to defend my values.
Yeah, very interesting. And you seem to have that pretty clear. And the life you're living is in that direction.
Yeah.
It's great, yeah. Yeah, I've spoken with a lot of artists, and I think for me it's surprising that some people have this level of maturity. They tend to be more chilled about how they're living life because they feel like, yes, I want to do something, but I'm also happy because already I'm fulfilling my purpose. That's like...
Yeah, exactly. It's important to also celebrate small wins and also to look what you already achieve, you know. For example, I don't know, even last year, 2-3 years ago, I was dreaming to be when I'm now, you know. So sometimes it's normal, sometimes I can feel a bit frustrating about some subject, but I'm like, next year I was dreaming to be when I'm here. Now. So, you know, to know, how can I say, celebrate and be happy about what you already achieve, you know.
Yeah, and be grateful and celebrate it. Yeah, super interesting. I could talk about this for like hours.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, as we're wrapping up, like more some final questions, and so I'll throw them at you. You can, the first thing that comes to mind, you can answer it. So one question is, if you had to choose one track for your closing, for a set, for the rest of your life, what would that be and why?
Okay. Madonna, Vogue.
Vogue? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, I love this track. Couldn't rock everywhere, of course. Maybe in Bergen, maybe it could rock, but maybe for closing or something. I love this track. I was playing there a lot in the past, but I stopped a bit, but I should play it again. But yeah, I love Madonna.
Yeah, great. What is a guilty pleasure track of you that you would never play, but you listen to with pleasure?
I don't know if it's called guilty, but I would say maybe Donna Summer, I Feel Love. It's maybe it's cliche, so that's why I won't play them, because
it's been played too much.
Yeah, maybe people playing too much, but still one of my favorite track ever.
For me too.
Okay.
So beautiful. What is one or two inspiring tracks that got you into making music or playing music?
So for sure, Mania Pia, Shamaran.
Shamaran?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Cass Grain, actually, the old Joe of Mania Pia. And this track really inspired me so much. It's like the sound of, like, I don't know, mystic creature, very tribal and ethnic instruments. And this track makes you travel really immediately. I guess maybe this track.
I don't know.
Okay.
At least I can't recall it, but I'll check it out.
You have to check. And I played them recently in Bergen, actually.
Ooh.
And it's my favorite track ever.
Wow, amazing. And that was one of the first inspiration for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Another question, would you rather play in front of 10,000 people, imagine like a huge stadium, or 20 close friends?
I should not say that, but 20 close friends.
Yeah? Why wouldn't you say that?
I don't know, it's not really maybe the ambitious answer.
But I mean, it's right, as a pleasure thing, yeah.
Yeah, but it's much more, fun, and you feel the connection, and also have the chance to have also a good, a big team of friends from my Spectrum family and my best friend in Paris. They really support me a lot and all come with me often in parties. So
amazing, yeah.
And just beautiful to live this moment with them always.
Yeah, it's incredible, best thing.
Yeah.
If you were to choose one artist, can be musician or other kind of artist, dead or alive, that you would spend 1 week on a deserted island with?
So without any hesitation, Olivia Mendes. Okay, it's not for the joke, because I know a lot of artists say that. But it's true, it's the funniest person in this world. For sure, I won't get bored with her.
Yeah. Amazing energy, really explosive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Justin Perry.
Justin Perry, yeah.
He's one of my best friends. And it will be just so much fun to be in the island with her.
Yeah, amazing. What is, and then a serious question, what is a project or projects that you are working on at the moment that you are excited about? Maybe they haven't come to life yet, but...
So I'm working on my own label. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, but it's very my dream to have my own, because Spectrum, of course, and Spectrum, but have my own projects. It's very exciting. So I'm working a lot of it at the moment. And of course, with Spectrum, we have many new things coming up next year. Bigger projects, and we do also after parties in other location. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about what's coming.
Very nice. Will you also release your music, or is that artist?
But I'm taking lesson with Mania Pia, actually.
Okay.
So that's a beautiful story, because it's
amazing.
One of my biggest inspiration for this type, of techno I really love, mental and tribal. So I'm taking a lesson with him. I recommend really the best teacher. And taking my time with production, because I don't feel any pressure. And sometimes, I have my phase, Sometimes I'm really get into it, and sometimes for 1 year I do nothing. Yeah. I really need to create and to get the step of do my own production. So I hope to next year be able to share finally some track of mine. Yeah.
Looking forward to that, and also to the label. Yeah, to the next releases.
Yeah, thank you.
Very cool, exciting. And then closing tradition, we have almost sound. We ask everybody to tell us what is one question we should ask the next guest without knowing who they're going to be.
So maybe what could be interesting to ask what's your, favorite quote and why.
Okay,
quite a deep question. Sorry.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
How did you choose the name Spectrum?
It was also took so many times,
Yeah.
and also my label. Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
so difficult to find a name.
Mhm.
Even it's at the end, the name is not important. It's a concept behind. It's the name is only 1% of the
Yeah.
things.
So, question for you is, what do you think is the next big trend in techno?
I will say no jam anymore, like to not have a specific label, and it's more and more cool to see that artists now playing different style of music. There's not only techno or house. So I think in the future, I have the feeling there will not be genres anymore. Like just an artist can play whatever they want to play. And because when I came to Berlin, for example, it was important to say I'm a techno DJ, you know. And I remember, even remember a girl. It was a booker told me to remove house and micro house of my bio because I was playing also micro house at my beginning. And she was like, you are in Berlin, so you have to play only techno.
Yeah, it's strange, but yeah, it's true.
So it was maybe like this in the past, but now not anymore. And it's super cool, I think. Yeah.
We're opening up again. Yeah.
No label anymore.
Yeah, great. Lea, thank you so much for this. It's been a great chat.
Thank you so much for about me to just speak. I'm not used to it, so it was very nice.
It's great to have you and great to get to know you better.
Thank you.
You.